Welcome everyone to another startup and automobile documentation. What we're looking at today is a 2017 Hyundai Elantra Limited. This Elantra is painted in electric blue. It does have smart key access on the front doors. And on the key fob you have the buttons for lock, unlock, trunk release, and panic. The front door panels have storage with bottle holders. You have power windows, locks, and mirrors, and it does have a premium Infinity sound system. This one has a black interior, and the limited trim comes with leather seats. It does have a fully powered driver's seat with two-way power lumbar support and a manual front passenger seat. And now that we're behind the wheel, let's go ahead and start the engine. It does have push-button start. The Elantra is Hyundai's established contender in the compact car class, rivaling mainstays like Civic and Corolla. The model made its US debut for the 1992 model year, and as of the 2025 model year, the Elantra is now in its 7th generation. This 2017 model we have here represents the 6th generation of the Elantra, codenamed AD, which was produced in the US for model years 2017 through 2020. The AD Elantra ditched the fluidic sculpture design language of the previous generation for a more modern and understated look. Also, unlike the previous generation, there was no longer a two-door coupe body style. It shares its platform with the 3rd generation Kia Forte. In terms of updates, 2019 marked a mid-cycle refresh for the Elantra. Said refresh gave it updated front and rear fascias along with some interior revisions and a few new safety and tech features. For 2020, the 6th Gen Elantra's final year, it got further changes pertaining to the transmission lineup. But as for the US market Elantra for the 2017 model year, it came in the following trim levels: SE, Value Edition, Eco, Limited, and Sport. There were 3 different inline-4 engines to choose from depending on the trim. SE, Value, and Limited models like this one used a naturally aspirated 2-liter engine with 147 horsepower. Eco models used a smaller and less powerful but more torquey 1.4-liter Turbo 4. Finally, the Sport used a 1.6-liter Turbo 4 with just over 200 horsepower. The 2-liter engine, depending on the trim, came with either a 6-speed manual or automatic transmission. The Eco got a 7-speed DCT, while the Sport got either a 6-speed manual or a 7-speed DCT. Front-wheel drive was standard. In Hyundai's US 2017 lineup, the compact Elantra was slotted between the subcompact Accent and the midsize Sonata. In the instrument cluster, we have 4 analog gauges, which are your tachometer, speedometer, fuel gauge, and temperature gauge. And you also have a digital info display, which can be gone through via these controls on the steering wheel. So we have some main menus right here. Right now we have our digital speedometer, range, trip computers, that kind of stuff. Go over to a compass, radio info, tire pressure, service intervals, and then we have all sorts of settings menus. So we can select one, hit OK, and as you can see, it'll take you to the stuff you can configure. It has a 3-spoke design, leather-wrapped, and multifunctional steering wheel. As for controls, on this side you have your audio controls along with your Bluetooth phone and voice command controls. Then on this side you'll find your cruise control and information display controls. It does have sport grips. The steering wheel is tilt and telescopic. You have your panel dimmer button. You can toggle your traction control, and with this you can activate or deactivate your blind spot detection. Climate vent for the driver. On this side is your exterior lighting stock. And on this side is your wiper stock. Going down the center of the interior, you have your central climate vents along with your touchscreen infotainment system. We'll go over the system more in a bit. You also have some physical radio and infotainment system controls with your volume power tuning knobs and some shortcut buttons. SD card slot for the navigation map right here. And just below that, you'll find your dual zone automatic climate controls with your auto mode, sync mode, temperature for either side, off, fan speed, different zones, front and rear defrost, AC, and recirculation. Behind this cover, some storage along with a USB-A port, an aux port, and two 12-volt power outlets. Enter in reverse does reveal a backup camera with guidance lines. Flanking the shifter are the controls for your 3-stage heated front seats, and on this side you have your drive mode selector. Your modes are Eco, Sport, and Normal. From there you have two cup holders. The parking brake is hand operated. And you have a center console with some storage and another USB-A port. Both sun visors do have vanity mirrors, card holders, lights, and extensions. Auto-dimming rear view with a compass, your garage home link, roadside assistance, grab handle for the front passenger and rear passengers. On the overhead console, you have a sunglass holder, overhead lighting, and your one-touch automatic power sunroof controls. And here is the touchscreen infotainment system in this 17 Elantra Limited. So right now we're on the home screen. It's showing a navigation map, audio info, but I suppose we'll just go to all menus and go straight through the system. So under radio, we have AM, FM, and Sirius XM, SoundHound, menu, you can scan, info, HD radio, music, image, aux, if you have that set up, Pandora, built-in, current location on the navigation map, and then next to that is the actual navigation system. Go ahead and look at the map right here. Zoom in and out, as you can see. Then you go to points of interest. You have your phone info, or phone pairing, that kind of stuff. Apple CarPlay, Android Auto capabilities, apps that you can download, Blue Link, quick guide, take you through the system, walk you through it if you're not familiar with it. Then you have, if you have a Sirius XM Travel Link, I believe, subscription, you can get your local weather, local traffic, fuel prices, etc. Voice commands, and then setup for, well, the whole system. Sound settings, all that kind of stuff. But that's just a brief gist of the infotainment system in this Elantra. But now we'll roll down the driver's window and have a look at the engine bay. The driver's window is fully automatic. The Limited trim adds these 17-inch 5 split-spoke alloy rims. Powering the Elantra Limited is the Hyundai Kia New 2-liter naturally aspirated inline-4 engine. It's an all-aluminum power plant with dual overhead camshafts, 4 valves per cylinder, and a variable valve timing. Horsepower is rated at 147 at 6,200 RPM, and torque is rated at 132 pound-feet at 4,500 RPM. Sending that power to the front wheels is this Elantra's 6-speed automatic transmission with manual shiftability. Running on regular unleaded with a 14-gallon fuel tank, EPA estimates for this Elantra are 28 mpg in the city and 37 mpg on the highway. It has a McPherson strut front suspension and a torsion beam rear suspension. Limited models get four-wheel disc brakes. The fuel cap, as seen earlier, is on the driver's side. On the back door panels, you also have storage with bottle holders. And even have two-stage heated rear seats in this thing. You also have folding back seats as well. The front passenger seat does have a mat pocket on the back. First, what do we have for rear seat amenities? Well, you have the coat hooks back here, grab handles, center armrest with two cup holders. And again, like I just mentioned, you have two-stage heated rear seats for both outboard passengers. And this thing, the window sticker, which this one still has, this thing was only $26,000 brand new. It was only 26 grand brand new. And this thing just has a lot of stuff for the money. I mean, this car was, even back when it was new, but especially now, this is a really, really good value because it's a cheap car. It's, Hyundai and Kia seem to be pretty reliable these days. You got a sunroof, heated leather seats, front and rear. A premium sound system, which sounds great. Navigation, dual zone climate, blind spot monitoring. There are a lot of amenities packed into this little car. And I think this car is a really good deal. This would be a really good commuter vehicle. So I'm quite impressed with this Elantra Limited from 2017, I gotta say. And then space in the back seat. Headroom is not too bad. My head's not quite hitting the roof. Legroom is okay. Footroom's, kind of a little bit blocked, but this is by no means an uncomfortable back seat. And for being a compact car, this is actually pretty nice, I gotta say. Single exhaust. And to top it all off, I love this blue color. I think it's a pretty good looking car as well. Just very impressive value, I think, for this car right here. The trunk of the Elantra provides 14.4 cubic feet of space, which can be expanded on by folding down the back seats. And to fold the back seats, you use these levers. Anyhow, thanks for checking out this tour of this 2017 Hyundai Elantra. And as always, stay on the lookout for future tours.